So things are changing, not just here, a little bit outside of Ketchikan National Park in Nova Scotia, Canada, but also here on my social media channels. I had a lot of time to think in the last weeks where we canoed and hiked through the Canadian wilderness and also worked on several ongoing projects here. And I realized that I really want to do things differently. So far, I've focused mainly on what my first book was about, The Flavor of Wood, How to Cook with Trees. This was, of course, in large part because this is how everything started for me on social media, and I'm really happy with it, and I'm still very fascinated with the topic. But also because that is the advice you get everywhere, that if you do something on social media, you have to focus on one little niche and then build that niche and make it bigger. However, now I don't really agree anymore with that advice because you have to leave so much to the side. The niche concept is quite neat on social media, but it's also one of our biggest problems, that everyone stays in their little niche, in their specialization, and we tend to forget all about the world around us, the ecosystem around us, and how to work with whole systems and not just little parts of it. And there are so many things that really interest me and fascinate me. For example, I have a whole tourism product where we guide people through the Viennese woods and let them experience the Viennese woods through their flavor. There is a huge dinner event going on around it. We even have our own food products by now. There is, of course, my book Edible, which I wrote together with Kevin Hobbs. I talked about it here and there on social media, but it was all over the place, and it somehow, I think it didn't make sense either to me nor I think to you. There is a big book I'm working on, which I call internally Big Book, which I've been working on since many years, which explores the future of our food, where we travel all around the world, have been to Costa Rica, to Montenegro, to Croatia, here to Canada. And so where I talk with conservationists, farmers, food producers, large-scale estates, small estates, policy guys, everyone in that field, and try to see what really could be the future of our food, and does it really have to be farming, or is there even another possibility? I'm working on, of course, a cookbook with trees, which is kind of a mix between the North American and the European. And I'm working on that quite a lot and making a lot of photos for it. I have my garden kitchen, which I just finished in the spring of this year, and where we have a lot of events, and where I also want to show more how to cook with fire and the oven. And it's not just the garden kitchen, but there's a whole garden around it, which we're going to plant for the first year. I'm a trained cabinet maker, and I'm actively working on a furniture line for the future, actually not too distant future. And that is something I really enjoy doing, working with my hands, working with the fantastic product that is wood. I have a video production company where I work a lot with the sustainable forestry sector in Austria. So that is something which I actually never shared on here. But those projects, of course, are not standalone projects, but they mutually benefit each other. They work together and they create kind of this, if you want, my circular economy and my ecosystem where I'm living in and working in. And so this is what I really want to share with you, what I want to talk about in the future, and what I'm also very interested in your insights and what you think about it. So this is where this channel is heading in the future, and I'm super excited to share everything and more from my day-to-day life, from my day-to-day professional life, of course, with you. I can't wait to take you along on this journey, and I'm probably gonna see you hopefully very soon in one of the next videos. So bye, cheers from Canada. I'm going to paddle home and enjoy a little bit more of this beautiful autumn coloring of the leaves, which I really haven't seen anywhere in the world before in that intensity. So yeah, cheers. Bye.